Welcome to the Scary Memes Iceberg, where we'll talk about some memes that might look scary or creepy and also have a disturbing background. Let's start from the top and slowly move towards to the bottom, as that's how these icebergs usually go. Even though these memes and pictures are used for something funny, sometimes if you look into them or pay more attention, you start to see how scary they are, and they are also usually tied to a scary story or a scary background. Today we're going to be discussing about those pictures / memes, but in an iceberg's manner. If you don't know what an iceberg is a popular format used to humorously illustrate that what we see or know about some topics is just the tip of the iceberg, and there's a much larger hidden part beneath the surface that contains more obscure or in-depth information. Now let's get to it then. Tier 1. This is just the start of the iceberg, so nothing too scary, just some basic kind of creepy stuff. So first, let's talk about Disaster Girl. Disaster Girl is a popular meme featuring a photo of a young girl with a mischievous smile standing in front of a burning house. The meme gained traction in 2008 when people started superimposing the photo over various disaster scenes, humorously implying that this girl caused the disasters. Though funny, the idea of a child causing disasters to the places they go and smile about them is definitely kinda scary. Thankfully, it's all just jokes and nothing serious. Overly Attached Girlfriend. Overly Attached Girlfriend is a meme featuring a screenshot from a video of a girl with a wide-eyed, intense expression, often interpreted as overly enthusiastic or obsessive. The image quickly went viral, with captions portraying overly possessive or obsessive behaviors. But yeah, by looking at her face and eyes, you can see this kind of creepy vibe she gives. She has this kind of creepy look on her face that looks intensely scary. Hide the Pain Harold. Hide the Pain Harold is a meme featuring stock photos of an older man with a smile that appears forced, revealing an underlying sense of discomfort or hidden sadness. So yeah, there's not much to say about it since we know that he's not actually sad and nothing sinister is happening behind. It's just that's how he smiles. Smile Cat. Speaking of smiles, Smile Cat is a popular meme on TikTok featuring a cartoon cat with a wide, unsettling smile. The image is often used in videos and edits to create a creepy or eerie effect, as the cat's smile appears overly happy and somewhat sinister. The meme is frequently used in horror-themed content. And that is it for Tier 1. Since we are done with the first tier, it's only gonna get sinister and scarier from here. Tier 2. Everywhere at the End of Time. This is a pretty recognizable and iconic image. Everywhere at the End of Time has been used in many memes and parodies and recreations, but when you know the disturbing and deeply sad story behind it, you might understand why it's in Tier 2 in this iceberg. Everywhere at the End of Time is a series of 6 albums by British ambient musician The Caretaker, exploring the concept of dementia and its impact on memory. Released between 2016 and 2019, the albums simulate the progression of dementia through music representing the deterioration of memory and cognitive function. The project has gained a reputation for being emotionally disturbing and is often used in memes to evoke feelings of melancholy, nostalgia. The Backrooms. There's a lot to explain about the Backroom, but basically it's an internet urban legend and creepypasta that describes an endless maze of randomly generated office-like rooms featuring a disquieting photo of an empty fluorescent lit hallway. It is characterized by monotonous beige walls, damp carpeting, and a sense of unease and dread. According to the legend, people can accidentally no-clip out of reality and find themselves trapped in the Backrooms, must navigate its infinite labyrinth-like spaces while avoiding lurking dangers. You can find scary monsters down there, or even worse, nobody. There's a really great series on YouTube about it by Kane Pixels. I recommend you watch it. The Hat Man. The Hat Man is a creepy, shadowy figure often associated with sleep paralysis, hallucinations, and the use of delirium drugs like Benadryl. The Hat Man has become a meme often referenced when people humorously talk about being silly and seeing him after taking too many pills and experiencing hallucinations. Though funny, it's disturbing to see people taking pills like this. It is just overall messed up if you think about it. Here we are done with the second tier, meaning now we're halfway there, but the entries are just gonna get messier and creepier. Tier 3. Curse/scary faces. Some of the memes use really unsettling and creepy images like Smile Dog. And this entry includes all those things in one entry. Some of the entries are shadow people, kind of like the Hat Man we talked about, faceless figures like Slender Man, etc., or close-up of eyes as shown on the screen, etc. Some of these, like Smile Dog, are called curse because it is said they can curse you. This really causes unease in some people. Uncanny Valley is also included in this. If you don't know what an uncanny valley is a term used to describe the feeling of unease or discomfort people often experience when they encounter a humanoid figure, such as a robot, animated character, or artificial intelligence that looks almost but not quite like a real human. The closer the figure gets to looking human, without achieving full realism, the more unsettling it becomes. Curse/scary emojis. So yeah, these emojis, they are used in many memes, but if you think about it, they are really scary looking. Just look at them, looks really spooky to me. Jeff the Killer. Jeff the Killer is one of the scary faces, but this is his own entry because it's iconic and one of the most popular. No one still knows where the image came from, but it's still one of the most memed on scary image. The character of Jeff the Killer is depicted as a pale-faced, disfigured man with a sinister smile and dark, empty eyes. According to the story, Jeff was a normal teenager who became a psychotic killer after a series of traumatic events. The image associated with Jeff the Killer is often used in horror-themed memes and content to evoke fear and unease. Tier 4. Tier 4 might have some gory and abusive topics. Since this is the last tier, so I have to give a content warning before you want to proceed. So in this last tier, let us go through these topics here that are submerged deep in the iceberg. The Grifter. The Grifter is a really disturbing entry. It is supposedly a cursed and extremely disturbing video, as the description for its NDB page say, a snuff film which scars anyone who watches it, supposedly showing clips of executions, children dying, necrophilia, and close-ups of human corpses. This basically super messed up, but if you want to know more, I recommend this video on screen by Mutahar. "666. Now we all know that 666 is the number of the devil, and it's already disturbing if you think about it, and it can mean a lot of other things, but here it could also mean maybe cults, books, and even some YouTube channels made around satanic rituals. Even though we all meme about this, sadly there are still shadowy and creepy things happening around the world that involve satanic or black magic, which truly is sickening. TikTok minion gore. Now this is a big and fairly recent thing that's haunting the internet. Minion gore is a disturbing meme that features images of the popular Minions characters from the Despicable Me franchise, but with grotesque and violent alterations. These images often depict the Minions in horrifying and gory scenarios that happen in real life. Some people take real super sickening and disturbing gore videos and turn it into Minions. The meme is used to create a shock and discomfort, playing on the unexpected transformation of cartoonish characters into something nightmarish. Icebergs. So lastly we arrive at the last entry, and it's the iceberg itself. This entry being this deep means that we see all these iceberg tier lists. They are kind of a meme themselves, but it's how we use the iceberg image to show how things get more and more disturbing the deeper we go. So yeah, this is unsettling because the iceberg is a template for us to go deeper and search and see how disturbing topics can get. Honorable mention, Lamano.com. Lamano.com, also known as Fancy Island, is an online horror puzzle game developed by Nojito. The game is set in a haunted amusement park called Fancy Island, which was once a successful park but is now claimed by ghosts after the death of its former manager, Yukito. Players navigate through eerie and unsettling environments, solving puzzles and uncovering the dark history of the park. The game's creepy atmosphere and jump scares have made it a popular subject in horror-themed memes and online communities. This website has gained a cult following due to its unsettling atmosphere and the sense of dread it creates. It's often discussed in online forums and communities, with players sharing their experiences and theories about the game's hidden lore and secrets. It has even found its way in memes as discussed, but it doesn't have so much memes. This is why it's not in the tier, but I just gave it a small honorable mention here. So yeah, this is it. This was a disturbing memes iceberg. Please like and share, because I have worked so hard on this, and that's it. Bye.